Good morning and welcome to This is SoIN. I'm Angie Fenton coming to you from New Albany from the Extol Media Studios. We're so glad to have you with us. Now coming up, we're popping over to Jeffersonville to visit with a husband and wife duo that is making amazing flavors that people are raving about. Plus, we'll explore Maker 13 that's making waves and so much more. We'll visit with a local nonprofit that could use your help. But first, a friendship between a furry and a feathered pair. Take a look. So I've heard what comes first, the chicken or the egg, but I have to ask you, what comes first, the duck or the dog?
The dog.
Talk about Colt. Where did Colt come from? How old?
He came from up near Santa Claus, Indiana, and we got him, he was, what, 4 months old?
4 months old. Yeah.
4 months old?
Baby.
And then when did the duck come into existence and become Colt's partner?
My birthday.
How long ago, Anna?
That was in April of this year. I wanted a duck. I said, let's do it. Let's get a duck.
So Cindy, your daughter says, I want a duck.
I didn't tell her.
No, she didn't tell me.
Oh, even better.
She sent me a picture of this little duck on her dash in her Jeep.
And that's how you told Mom.
And I said, that better be fake.
At what point, though, did Colt see Petunia and all of a sudden you could see this relationship? I mean, there's an evolution of it that you have captured on social media. When did you start seeing they're not going to be foes, they're going to be more than friends?
I would say, what, 2.5 months ago?
Yeah.
Because we waited till she really got bigger because we were afraid he would play too hard with her, you know, and possibly hurt her or, but she holds her own.
Definitely.
She holds her own.
What's their relationship like?
Odd couple. That's what I call them.
It's
Like they're the
sweet.
odd couple.
She follows him everywhere he goes. Everywhere. If he runs the whole yard, she runs the whole yard. When he's inside, she lays by his door and sleeps till he comes out, and then she runs with him again.
What kind of joy have you all received from watching this evolve?
Oh,
A lot of,
tremendous
yeah.
joy. That's where the Daily Dose of Duck came in.
Now, first you have to explain a daily dose of duck, what that is for people who haven't had the pleasure, I will say.
It's a Facebook post that I started because we were
so I'm the one that I started them two together.
Yeah, she
with-
started together. And then
I think
started
you were
posting.
gone, and I was like, let's let him out. I mean, she's big. She's, you know, let's do it. Let's get them together and see what they do. So I took a video and sent it to her, and she's like, oh my goodness.
What were they doing in that initial video?
She was just on top of him, like, you know.
And what was Colt doing?
He was just laying there like, what is that? Like ears going back. He's like, what is this on my back? No growling, no nothing at all. Like,
No.
yeah.
It brings so many people joy. People are obsessed with them. They wait for this daily dose of duck.
What about for you, Cindy? I mean, people are having a hard time. It has been a tumultuous time just collectively across the world, let alone in our own backyard here in southern Indiana. But I mean, you've known some hardships as a family as well.
Right. Yeah, I just recently went through breast cancer in 2018, and it's hard. And then of course we went through COVID, and everything just seemed to snowball. And just watching these two together is just like happy.
It's like a few
just-
minutes of happiness.
It just brings happiness.
You also did something else, Cindy, when you were diagnosed with breast cancer. You found out that you also have a gift beyond sharing a daily dose of duck, that's for sure. You have a gift for making incredible dolls.
I do. I make them. I started out making pillows for Clark Memorial, and I donate them, breast cancer pillows. And it just led me to making dolls to help pay for the breast cancer pillows for the hospital. So I started making the dolls to help support my breast cancer pillow journey, I guess I should say. And yes, I made dolls, and I posted them. I've made Anna one for Christmas, and I posted it. And people's like, can I have one of those? And it snowballed. I started making them, and people love them, and they're bringing joy to people. Many people, ladies fighting breast cancer, ladies in nursing homes, small children, just everybody. I mean, even my dad loves them. I mean, he'll sit and hold them and, pet it, and they just bring joy.
Something I think is wonderful is that you have taken hardship from your family, and I mean, you've just found myriad ways to bring joy to other people. Are you on a mission? Is this the joy mission?
Yeah, I think so. I really think so.
Don't you just love people who spread joy just because they can? Now, here's a little tidbit that those of you who are duck aficionados would already know. Petunia is actually a male duck. Something Cindy and her daughter Anna learned is that the male ducks, as they grow into adults, get a little curly cue of a feather. So whatever, it was too late to change. So Petunia and Colt continue their friendship. By the way, Cindy Gregory's Facebook page with a daily dose of duck, she always makes those public. So you can check out that and get a little giggle and a laugh and a little bit of inspiration and joy, just pure joy watching the two of them together. And also Cindy's dolls, Sweet Child of Mine, amazing. You can find that on Facebook as well. I'll tell you, my 5-year-old is in absolute love with the ones I've already purchased her. Early Christmas gifts, what can I say? Now, once again, thanks so much for joining us for This Is SoIN, coming to you from New Albany at the Extol Media Production Studios. And also thanks to our sponsors, and that includes Daniel Marlin and Movement Mortgage.
Hi, my name is Daniel Marlin. I'm the market leader for Movement Mortgage in the Kentucky, Southern Indiana region. Movement was founded in the heart of the economic crisis of 2008. And at that time, no one cared about the customer experience. So Movement came in and completely revolutionized the mortgage process with what we call our 6-7-1 process. Our goal at Movement is to make the home buying process fast and efficient and stress-free. So when we submit a file into our underwriting department, our underwriters have a goal to underwrite that file within 6 hours or less. Movement wants to be an active participant in the communities in which it serves. We want to reinvest in those communities to leave it better off than in which we found it. At Movement Mortgage, we exist to love and value people.
We love to send reporter Addie Miners exploring throughout Southern Indiana since she's pretty new to the area, and boy has she found some gems. That includes Maker 13, which is located in Jeffersonville, and they're making waves and so much more.
What's going on, guys? Addie Miners here with Explore with Addie, and today I am at Maker 13 where I'm trying to make a bracelet of some kind. Yeah, exactly. Let's check out what's going on around here.
Well, this is Maker 13. We're a community workshop. We're a nonprofit. We started about 5 years ago. November will be our 5th anniversary. We're just super excited to be part of this Jeffersonville community. We're so close to Louisville, so we have a lot of Louisville people that come over in New Albany. But it's just a collaboration of makers, people that come in here, and whether they're an artist or they just have a craft that they want to expand on, but a lot of those people have since turned in that craft or hobby into a small business. And so we have a lot of entrepreneurs that work out of here. The whole point of the shop is to get rid of that startup cost, that capital that they need. All they have to do is pay for a training class and then a membership and rent time on our equipment, and then they can just use a $20,000 piece of equipment just for their small monthly fee and get their business up and running. So we offer services. We have 3D printing. Lasers are probably our biggest thing. But we also have textiles, which includes a CNC embroidery machine. So we have sewing, vinyl area, and then a full wood shop, metal shop. thanks to a grant we just got from Impact 100 of Southern Indiana. We're adding a plasma cutter to our metal shop. So it's not quite here yet, but we're super excited to offer that and do metal sign work.
We joined 3 years ago. It was completely as a hobby. My husband wanted to make something for our 5th wedding anniversary. We didn't realize that that was going to kind of springboard into building a business out of Maker 13. Our business is Southern Grit. We make custom wood designs, mainly using the lasers, but we'll always be members. Maker is just, it's a community. We've built lifelong friendships here and partnerships with other small business owners. It's a collaborative space. It truly is a community, whether you just want to make something for yourself or for your home, or if you are like us and kind of have like this spin-off and it turns into something a little bit more.
So thanks to Impact 100 of Southern Indiana, we were their 2019 grant winners. We were able to do a new program, and it's called Make Your Move. It's a 6-month business guided program, and because of that grant that we got, we've been able to give scholarships to 10 women in the area to come in and start a business.
So Make Your Move is it's a program that is for women entrepreneurs, like women makers. So there are classes. It covers a year. And there are different classes, everything from like discovering your idea to figuring out how to create your business, some of the nitty gritties of how to run a business. It also allows women to have that safe collaborative space to kind of grow together and ask the questions and to build their businesses.
It goes over everything from how to write a business plan, competitive market analysis of your product, all the way to marketing and branding, and then the legal setup of like, how do you start up a business? Like, how do you file for your tax ID? What do you need to do to set up your bank account? And goes over all of that legal things that I think a lot of people don't think of when they're like, hey, I'm gonna start a business.
So I have a jewelry business, and I also incorporate a lot of leather. So I'll use like the laser cutter and 3D print things, and then from there I can kind of prototype things, and that ties in perfectly to the Make Your Move program, because I had a business idea and I was doing well and it's great, but I need more help. Like, I'm a small business owner, entrepreneur, and I have no clue kind of what some of the next steps are.
You do not have to be a member to take classes. Anybody can come in and take a class, and then from there we offer 3 free hours to use the shop. For more information, visit maker13.com, or you can give us a call at 812-914-7007.
We kind of played double duty this week with our Explore with Extol, featuring, of course, Addie Miners, and also Extol Love, which highlights nonprofits throughout the communities and is powered by Samtech Cares. We appreciate you, Samtech Cares, for helping us to give an even bigger platform to deserving nonprofits in our community. Now, popping over to Jeffersonville was a simple decision when it came to Extol Eats. Take a look at this husband and wife duo that are making amazing flavors.
This is Alfonso Brown and Tracy Brown, co-owners of Poppin' Flavors Gourmet Popcorn.
I have a disability. I'm legally blind, and we had to come up with a plan for my next chapter of my life.
We were initially looking at franchises, and that did not fit within our structure of who we were. We were actually turned down for a company that we wanted to do business with who was not a franchise company, and they just didn't want to franchise. So we were like, well, okay, let's, what can we do? So during the time of processing of financing and everything, and saying, okay, we have this much money in our 401k, and this much money in savings, how can we make this work? leaving his career in IT, going into popcorn was definitely a total big change. And even worse, not knowing how to even make popcorn. So during COVID, it was a time frame of, our equipment came first part of January, and these semis came with our equipment. And it was like, okay, so ready, we're gonna get our training set and everything. Someone came, helped us set everything up, and then the world shut down. We didn't even know how to work our machines at that point. So it was FaceTiming. These are not machines that you can kind of buy at a company. The machines that we have, they are all in that industry. Everyone knows that our machines are made to order, and it takes about 9 weeks to make these machines each. So we waited for a long time, some even 10 weeks. So we waited for a long time to get our machines set. So when we got them, it was like, okay, let's go. Can we open our door? Can we get reimbursement back for all this stuff? And the world just stopped. So we started to adjust and adapt. If you stay focused on that business plan, you will definitely fail. So you have to be able to make that business plan adjustable and functional enough to go, okay, well, we can make this change, and it's not going to mess up your bottom line of what that plan is, because we don't always know what the plan is. We don't know what God's plan is, and it happens, and you have to be able to adjust to that plan.
And this is when thinking outside the box becomes very important. Thinking outside the norm. Marketing, when marketing becomes something you actually got to pull out ahead, and it's a try and true, you know, and that's exactly what we did. And we actually were embraced by Jeffersonville and by Louisville and by our church family and our friends, and they really welcomed us, and they really took on trying Poppin' Flavors out.
They were very supportive in everything that we were doing.
Very supportive. And we're very happy about that.
Poppin' Flavors offers over 41 flavors. We have, hands down, probably the best customer service in the area. We laugh, we play, we joke, we enjoy working with the community. We cry. We do a lot in here, and we work with our community, and we work with we enjoy working with people in our community that want to come in and work and help, or people that, you know, kids that want to come in. We enjoy that. You know, it matters.
My wife has a lot of qualities that are very needed in the business world. Her mind is very sharp. She takes up the slack for me, not because of my disabilities, but because of some of the talents that I have. She actually has those talents too. It's
funny because Al's very talented. He's very talented, and I've always said that about him. He's very talented. Professionally, as a business person, he's very talented in graphics, he's very talented in computer design. What's funny is that he can cook, which he's never done. In all these years, I laugh about that. I'm like, oh, now you want to cook. But you know, so being able to cook and to create and to mix things when someone has never done it before.
But you still don't let me do chicken.
Mm-mm. We've been married for 25 years. And so we basically grew up together.
And we're still together.
We're still together. So.
Thanks so much for joining us for This Is SoIN. Now, if there's anything to know about the Extol team, we're definitely animal lovers. Say hello to Ginger. We also love the animal rescue organizations in the area, including Southern Indiana Animal Rescue and one of its volunteers, Elizabeth Stark.
I'm Elizabeth Stark. I am a foster and volunteer with Southern Indiana Animal Rescue. We are a home-based foster program with homes in surrounding counties of Clark and Floyd and Harrison and Crawford County, and we have a few in Louisville. When we are home-based, we don't actually have a facility. All of our dogs live with us as they are our personal animals. That way we can kind of get to know them a little bit better, and they have that family feeling. They're not at a shelter per se where they're living in a kennel all day long. They kind of get to sleep with us in bed and go do our everyday routines, you know, go for car rides, play in the backyard, stuff they wouldn't get to do in a shelter setting. We always need fosters. Within the last couple of years, the need for animal rescue involvement is huge. A lot of people got COVID dogs, and then unfortunately a lot of people have gone back to work and realized they can't care for their dogs anymore, or financially right now a lot of people are struggling. So we are getting calls daily for foster homes, and we have to turn dogs away all the time, probably about 15 dogs a day. We're having to turn down in some fashion that we can't help because we don't have foster homes. And then unfortunately the name of the game is finances. We always need finances to help support our cause. We never turn down a dog from a shelter if the shelters that we work with call and say, hey, we have a medical dog that needs your help. We won't turn them down. We will figure out something to get the help they need. This is Jeffrey. He was found in a home that he was being severely neglected. He had open bloody sores all over his body, and he was probably bald for about half of his little body that he has. When I got him, we took him to the vet. We really struggled to get his skin in order. It's been a year and a half. His hair has grown in nicely now. We have realized that he has hyperthyroidism, and he's finally on a regimen of a monthly allergy shot that we get that really helps his skin. So he's been around. He is ready for adoption. He would love that forever. He's a grouchy old man. He is what he is. He's a little dachshund. We think he's mixed with poodle. He would love you till the end of time because he just wants to cuddle with you. He loves being around you. He minds really well. He's crate trained and potty trained. He's an ideal dog. He just, to somebody to take on a dog with a little bit of medical issues. This is Freddie. He is a Chihuahua Dachshund mix of some sort is what we're guessing. So he weighs 12 pounds. Freddie came to us when one of our adopters actually saw him get hit by a car. Freddie had a very large wound on his back, and the wound required 15 staples. So we had to leave the staples in for a little over 3 weeks just to make him heal, and he is the best little guy. He's short and squatty, got just the best little personality. He minds really well. I have no idea what his real name was, but we named him Freddie, and he's already caught on to that. So he loves to roll on his back and rub his little scar where his staples were. Loves to play fetch, loves to just kind of be with his humans wherever he be. He, again, is crate trained and potty trained, loves to go for walks. It's just kind of your go-to dog. He'd be good for hiking and that kind of stuff because he really just enjoys being outside. Our website is SoINanimalrescue.org, and we have all of our dogs linked on there, all of our events, all of our happenings, our wish list, a little bit of everything. It's pretty user-friendly.
Thanks so much for taking the time to join us for This Is SoIN. Again, this is Ginger. She's from the New Albany Floyd County Animal Shelter, and no, she's not available for adoption. I think she's found the perfect home. We hope you'll join us again for next week's edition of This Is SoIN, 7:30 a.m. on WBKI, the CW, every single Saturday. Have a great weekend. We hope you're so into whatever you choose to do.
Hi, my name is Emily Dippy, and I'm the Public Art Administrator for the City of Jeffersonville. So in the district, it is a growing, thriving space. So we are standing in the Noco Art Center. The Noco Art Center is a converted auto body shop into studio space. So we have 8 in-residence studio artists who are here, and they have studios full-time. They can come and go as they please, and they are making things every day in this space. We have Picasso Point. Picasso Point is a family artistic play space. We also have the Maker 13 local community organization that gives people the chance to have access to equipment in order to enable artistic practice. We also have our art park that stands next to our Noco Art Center. Last but not least, we do have one more space, the depot. The depot is not yet open, but once it is open, it will be an artistic event space.
My name is Bert Hodge. I'm the general manager of Heritage Ford. When I was a child, I stuttered and was dyslexic. I started my career assigned to a junior position on a destroyer, and ultimately I commanded 5 ships, 2 minesweepers, 2 frigates, a SEAL commando ship. I got a lot of exposure to some of the world's greatest leaders. When I retired from the Navy, it was with the intent to join my father here at the dealership. My dad has been an important part of this community for 30 years.
The business has changed tremendously since then, but our moral values have remained the same.
This is a business where honor and integrity matter.
If I'm fair to my customers, they'll come back. If I'm fair to myself, I'll be here when they come back.
I'm proud to have served my country, and I'm proud to sell Fords to my community.
What is Southern Indiana?
What defines Southern Indiana? Community.
The people.
Rejuvenation. Local businesses.
Sports.
Animals and people. Small town. Culture. Community.
Great place to own a business.
People.
Tight-knit community.
Tradition.
Friends.
Neighborhood gatherings.
Food is awesome.
Southern Indiana is home.
Watch This Is SoIN Saturday mornings at 7:30 on WBKI, the CW.